And hello, everyone. This is Digital Trends Live. I'm Greg Nibbler. As always, thank you for being here with us. And it is Wednesday, which means it's time for TBD. Last week, we talked about live streams of bears. What are we going to talk about this week? Well, we're going to find out together. Let's introduce our two hosts here with us. We have, first off, Jess Surbaugh. Hello, Jess. How are you doing?
Hey, Greg. I'm wonderful. How are you?
I am doing well. I'm excited to find out what we're talking about. And let's go to Adrien Warner. Hello, Adrien. It's not going to be bears.
Hi, Greg.
Okay, fine.
Well, that's bears, that's fine. But it's going to be good.
All right. Adrien, what are we going to talk about today?
Yes. Well, as you know, TBD stands for something different each week. And this week, we broke the rule a little bit. We're talking bodies of deep space. So I know deep space is, I know deep space isn't all one word, but I got to give credit to Jess for that wonderful, wonderful title. We're going to be talking about space, one of our favorite subjects, and all of the awesome events that you can view in the sky this weekend. So before we start, Greg, can I ask you, do you plan on watching any wonderful celestial events this weekend?
Wow, that's a lot of pressure. I guess I don't know if that is pressure. Sure, yeah. There's some celestial events going on. I will definitely be watching them. I can guarantee that.
Because I heard that you are a member of the Planetary Society, so I figure you might be clued into some of these things.
I have a certificate from Bill Nye that clarifies that as well. I'm sure it was personally written to me when I joined, but yes, I'm a member of the Planetary Society.
Bill Nye approved, yes.
Well, this weekend's going to be a really exciting time because obviously, you know, the 4th of July is happening on Saturday. Some places, you know, there might be some fireworks displays, but some may not be. I know that here in Portland, the public displays are canceled, but that's okay because space has got your back, and you're not going to want to look away from the sky anyways. Not only will there be fireworks in some areas, but there's also going to be a lunar eclipse. And not just that, but according to astronomers' predictions, a rare and a unique event known as a planet parade is going to be happening on July 4th. Now, that is a really fun term. What does it mean?
Yes, it is.
There's no official scientific term that's called a planet parade, but this is a widely used conventional name in astronomy to denote when the planets of the solar system line up in a row in the same area of the sky as seen by people on Earth. So, you know, as visible to the planets that are usually visible to us. So on July 4th, all of the planets of the solar system, including the dwarf planet Pluto, are going to be lining up on one side of the sun at the same time. Now, it's an important caveat to mention that they're not going to be in a very, very unique or not a very, very neat row. Sorry. It's, you know, everything is rotating in a three-dimensional space. And so things aren't going to be lined up exactly, but at least to the visible eye, they're going to be within kind of the same plane on the same side of the sun. And this is pretty rare. All of the planets lining up on the one side is frequent, but all of them together doesn't happen that often. The last planet parade of this type occurred in 1982, and the next one isn't expected until 2161. So how can you see it? On rare occasions, you know, there's good seeing conditions like this Saturday that we're going to experience. And as fun as it is to imagine, you know, like I said, they don't all line up in the same plane, but a lot of them are going to be visible. And I'm going to hand it over to Jess to tell you where in the sky to look and what to look for.
Nice.
Awesome. Yes. So, right. How do we see some of these planets? We turn to the good old almanac for some guidance.
We did.
We did.
Okay.
First of all, you're going to want to be looking during the 9:15 to 9:30 p.m. time frame. The step one is to start looking in the direction of the sunset, meaning west or a little bit north of west. The first thing you're going to be looking at is Venus. That's the first thing you're going to see. It's going to be the brightest thing in the sky at that time. And apparently, too, its brightness is due to its solid overcast clouds that are made of shiny drops of sulfuric acid. So the more you know. Once you've found Venus, if you're somewhere with a clear, unblocked view, you can look like all the way down to the northwestern horizon. You're going to want to look to the lower right of Venus. And if you see anything there close to the horizon, you're looking at Mercury. They say it's sometimes called an elusive planet. So if you do see anything there, that's awesome. There's not really going to be anything else visible there. So if you see something, it's probably Mercury. Next, we're going to find Jupiter. So according to the almanac, you want to start by facing Venus again. You then want to take your left arm, point it straight out and a third of the way up into the southern sky. And that is where you should see Jupiter. Saturn's next. So if you want to, first you want to look at the sky opposite of Venus. So you want to be looking in the southeast of the sky. And you should only see one bright star in that direction. And it's going to be at about the same height as Venus. And that's going to be Saturn. Just to note, you would need a telescope to see a telescope and at least 30 times magnification in order to see any of its rings, which, duh, but still, just so you know. To see the last of the classic bright planets, you'll have to wait just a little bit until after 11 p.m. At that point, you're just going to want to look in the direction of Saturn, and you should see Mars. For the rest of the night, Mars is going to be the brightest star in the sky, and it'll be orange, so you should be able to find it easily. I'm excited. Clearly, lots of exciting shows in the sky. I will be out there looking for all of these planets, and I'm assuming Greg will be too.
Oh yeah, I feel like people need to like take this episode and this can be their guide while they're doing it. So it'll be like Jess walking through. Adrien will give like the pre-roll for it. I mean, it's perfect. This is what people need to do. Also, who needs fireworks? This is nature's fireworks. That's what we have right here. I think it's better. It's better that way. All right,
exactly.
So awesome. A planet parade. And going from that, I know we also have something else here every week for TBD. Adrien, what do we have?
Yes, so Kick Stop It is our little segment where we take a look at the wild world of crowdfunding. And this week we have a really exciting one. It is called We Are Rewind. And it is a Kickstarter project for a cassette player. You heard that right. It's a cassette player.
All right.
A couple of creators from Paris got together. They found a company in France that specializes in high quality audio equipment, and they decided to make a cassette player so that people can enjoy their cassette tapes again. It's kind of like a lovely design piece as well as kind of a modern update of something that I assume, is kind of having maybe a nostalgic resurgence. I haven't personally seen a lot of people busting out their cassette collections. I don't know if cassette collection is a thing anymore, but it's quite an entertaining product. It's got two 3.5 millimeter sockets, so it has a headphone and a microphone jack. And one cool thing actually that I do like about it is it has Bluetooth. So you can listen to your cassettes via Bluetooth, which I thought was nice. It's a nice thing.
Yeah, I suppose so. Okay, so We Are Rewind, a cassette tape. Jess, how do you feel about this?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's chic, clearly, right? Like, it's very, as a piece.
Are cassettes chic? Like...
My only problem is, I like records. I understand people have record collections, but I don't have a cassette collection. I feel like at the end of my cassette days, they were all like pulled out and like, nothing is surviving in that sense. So for me, this wouldn't be something I could actually use. So I'm going to kick stop it, y'all. It's beautiful, but that's where I'm at.
Adrien, what do you think?
I'm a little torn. I'm like thinking of my days where I used to make mixtapes, but I don't think I'd have any time for that anymore. So I kind of just want to kick it. Like, I like that it exists, but I don't want to kickstart it, nor do I want to kickstop it.
Back in with you there. This is a kick. Because it's
just a kick.
Yeah.
I just don't know about, actual use. So I think this is our
thing
first
is, though,
official kick.
I mean, then that's my thing. Like, who still has tapes? Like, maybe I've got a couple of tapes still around somewhere. I probably have like some old Weird Al tapes. That's probably all I have left. So I guess cool, but no, I'm kicking that as well. So unnecessary. All right, so that's a 3 for 3 on kicking, I think.
I think so. I think we're unanimous. I'm sure somebody else out there is gonna really love it. I'm like, I guess maybe I could go to Goodwill and buy some old cassette tapes, but not today.
All right. Well, I'll wait for the emails coming in from cassette lovers who are very angry at this segment right now. But I know for TBD, we do have one final thing.
Yes, we must take a look at Charlie Cam. He is, out there singing the song of his people every night. And he has to share it with the world. So enjoy.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yes,
Old
It's
Charlie.
like
All
20 seconds of howling. Jess previewed it last night. It's magic to behold.
indeed.
All right, Charlie Cam, to close it out. Jess, Adrien, as always, excellent job. And I'll talk to you both soon.
Thanks, Greg.